The pace of innovation in crypto just keeps getting faster and faster. And for most of you, I keep giving the same exact advice. And I don't want to be condescending, okay? Because a lot of you are super smart. You know a lot more than all your friends. But the reality is, for most of you, we are late cycle. I have seen this movie before multiple times. I have seen markets going straight up, hundreds, 1,000% gains, and then it crashes and I see people walk away with nothing. I've seen it multiple times. And we are at that point again where it's like everybody's making money. At some point it will turn, and if you're not playing it right, you're going to walk away with nothing. And so when people ask me what to do, it always depends on what is your situation, who are you, how much money, how much of an expert and all this. And so, but I got to say that almost all of you are in the same category of advice I'm going to give here. And it's, I don't want to say you're a beginner because you know more than most people. I get it. You're watching this, right? You know more than most. And you have some crypto. If you do, you know more than most. Maybe you even have your own wallet. But things have changed. Even for me, I'm looking at things going, whoa, this stuff is getting over my head here. Okay? I mean, so listen, I don't want to qualify it too much. I just want to give you this advice. One reason I want to make this video is because so many of you message me. It's always the same friggin' type of question. What do you think of this crazy token I never heard of? And here's my advice that I want to be able to share this video because it's always true. Okay. First thing, most important, don't ask me if the market's going up or down. I don't know. Nobody knows. If they tell you they know, they don't know. In the long run, yes, crypto's taking over, but in the short run, your portfolio has to be positioned for both. You need to be able to not only make money, but sleep well. If it goes up by 100% next week or crashes 50% next week, you need to be positioned for both. And I've talked about this many times, and I'll just say it again because it's the most important thing. For example, if you have 20% of your portfolio is in cash, dollars, and the market crashes, that 20% becomes 30, 40% cash, and you're a big swinging dick with low prices, and you can start buying things. On the other hand, if 20% of your portfolio is in crypto, and everything goes up 100%, that 20% becomes 40%. You made huge gains, and you're beating the S&P by a mile. That's a barbell portfolio. Now, if you're new to crypto and you don't have, you can't get to that 20, don't put in 20% today because it can fall and crash. But if you're just starting out, you start slow. How did I didn't ever put 20% of my money into crypto. I put in 1% and then it became 5. I might have put in another percent. And before you know it, it's like 30, 40%. I can't sell it fast enough to make it not be unreasonably long. That's how you make money in crypto. A couple percent, let it grow. Especially now when prices are low and no one wants to buy, and you don't want to buy and you're scared shitless, then you put in a little more than 1%. But today, be very careful, okay? So that's the first thing that I tell everybody. The second thing, just listen. We have the dream to get early into the next best thing, right? The next best thing that is small, that no one's heard of, that goes to the moon, right? Well, guess what? You know what that next best thing is? Ethereum, okay? Oh, but it's expensive. I'm not even going to take my time to tell you why that's the stupidest thing if you say it's expensive, okay? It's based on value. Okay, so here's my point. Crypto is the next best thing. I think Ethereum is a winner, okay? It's one of the biggest. Now, a lot of people think it's Bitcoin is safer. I don't agree, whatever. Ethereum or Bitcoin. This is the next best thing. When you get into crypto, people, it's not good enough. We want to find the next best thing within the next best thing, some tiny coin that people ask me, should I buy this token? I type it in Google. It doesn't even come up. You out of your minds? That's the next best thing. There are some small DeFi tokens that you might think may outperform Ethereum. Granted, nothing's outperformed Ethereum in the past. Not nothing. There are things. But you know what? Ethereum is up, 1,000% in less than 2 years. Like, if that's not good enough for you, you got some problems. And you need adult supervision, which is, I'm fulfilling that role for you. Telling you to calm the fuck down. If Ethereum is not exciting enough for you, go take like 2 e-pills and go to a rave, right? And start going up to girls like this, right? That'll be fun. Or go skydiving. But don't start throwing money around like an idiot. You've got enough excitement in Ethereum, okay? And the reality is, there are things I like and then I don't like. And I've had tokens where I'm like, oh my God, this looks awesome. And then before I even make a video, it's up 100%. So I don't want to talk about it. And then 2 months later, I'm like, oh shit, it doesn't really work. I don't want to get in that business of start telling you, the next best. Plus, it's not for you, a lot of these things. Okay, just hold Ethereum. And when I think about 5 years from now, what will still be awesome, providing a lot of value to people? What do I know is not going to go away, is not going to get leapfrogged? Ethereum, okay? And even if Ethereum, someone actually passes them, you're going to see it coming, or I'm going to see it coming over time where I'd have time to make a video. Like, it'll take years. Everyone loves Solana right now. And listen, hey, maybe Solana 5 years from now becomes like a real competitor to Ethereum. Okay, but 2 years from now, I'll see it coming and we'll make some transitions. But you talk about some of these DeFi things, it's just, leader today and out of business tomorrow, or just irrelevant. So stop with all looking for the next best fucking token and just hold your ETH and be happy about it. And another thing, people are like, well, I already own ETH. What should I buy? You know what my answer is? More ETH. How much do you have? It's 1% of your portfolio. I got all this cash. I gave someone a piece of advice too. He came into some money. And, it's late cycle. I don't love telling people to pile in, but I said, take 50% of that cash, pay down your mortgage, right? That's the safest gain you can get on any money. All you're gaining is 2-3% or 3% on your mortgage, right? But it's guaranteed gains. 100%. You can't lose it. It's in your house. Pay down debt. And so if you have 100,000, put 50,000 in paying down debt and the other 50 into Ethereum if you want to YOLO in. He's got a lot of money too. So that's different than, but I'm just saying, for most of you who you want more crypto, just buy more ETH. Okay? But again, not too quickly here. My current thing too, when I tell people they want to get in, I noticed, dollar cost averaging we talk about, and it depends where you are in the cycle. I noticed if everything's down, I'm like, dollar cost average in, get all your money in within 4 months. Right now, I'm telling people, you want to put in $10,000? Do $500 a month for 2 years. Okay? Like, spread it out. Fine, buy some today, buy some next month, but spread it out. Because that crash, listen. And if the crash doesn't come, so you $500 a month, it's okay. If it keeps going straight up, you'll still outperform everybody with that. What else? And look, when you look at the market, a lot of you are like, it went up a lot. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Or well, at this point, yes, everything did go. Or the people will say, it went down a lot. It was like, because 2 days it went down. If you want to look at your stupid charts and you want to start drawing stupid lines, first of all, you're probably better off reading a horoscope. I'm just saying, or get a dartboard, and then throw the dart. probably does better than those stupid charts, because those charts, you're going to actually think you know what you're doing. At least with darts, you know it's random and it's more fun maybe. But if you really want to look at the charts, look at 3-year time frames and then look at where you are in the cycle. 3-year time frames. And still, those charts don't tell you much. But if you look at the chart right now in a 3-year, 5-year time frame and you look at it and you go, okay, we're not at lows. Okay, so I don't want to back up the truck here. The only time you back up the truck, if you heard that phrase, you back up the truck and throw all your money in it, that's when we're at the lows. Okay, so anytime you use a chart, anything less than 3-year time frame on a chart, you're just looking at horoscopes. Silliness. Okay. I mean, and I've got a couple pieces of advice. Feels like things I've already said. The other is just, Charlie Munger says this a lot with investing. It's just tries not to be stupid. Just honestly, a lot of you, I hear these questions and I hear these ideas and it's like, it's just stupid. Like, just don't be stupid, right? So getting into crypto, a little bit into crypto, is that stupid? Probably not in the long run, right? It's the new future software. You know that. It's a good investment in the long run. You put some money in, fine. That's not stupid. But there's a lot of stuff. Think about, what if it goes wrong? Am I stupid? What if crypto crashes and the price stays down for 2 years and you only put in 1%? Are you stupid? No, you're just managing risk. No, you're taking a gamble on something that didn't work out. It's not stupid. Maybe it didn't work. But buying some new stupid protocol that hasn't launched because your friend likes it, there's a very good chance you're stupid, right? Just doing stupid shit. Watch out for the downside. Watch out for stupidity. Just try to, you got to understand, if you're in crypto, look for the most boring, most conservative, most safe thing you can do. And if you haven't been in crypto for more than, even a year, it's been going sort of straight up. I mean, if you haven't been in it for 3 years, you don't know. When was the bear market? 2018. So what's that? 19, 20, 21. Yeah. If you haven't been in it for more than 3 years, dude, you have no idea what pain feels like. Trust me. And whatever joys you are finding because you bought something today and it went up 50% the next day, and, you're making money and everything seems so fucking easy, you will get the exact opposite of that on the way down. Okay? So, play it safe. And part of my, so the best way to manage your investments, put everything you own in a spreadsheet and see which percent of each thing you own. In other words, if all you own is like, you've got ETH, you've got, this stock, that stock, I don't know, maybe you own a house, you got cash, you list each thing, how much you have and what percent of each is in your portfolio. And in a sense, there's no such thing there is such a thing as a bad investment, but assuming you like all of your investments, everything is okay. The question is, how much of each do you have? How much risk are you allocating to it? So Ethereum might be great, but 1% of it might be a really smart allocation to have a little bit. Whereas 70% of it in your portfolio, to have 70% of your portfolio that can fall by 50% in a week is not smart. So it's not necessarily whether ETH is a good investment, it's how much of it do you have? And you compare that to how much income you have getting in. So get your portfolio all on a spreadsheet. And with the way prices are moving these days, you got to update it every couple weeks and figure out your risk portfolio. Figure out how much risk it's, so yeah, you want all of your investments to be things that you think 5 years from now are going to be better. Except for cash. Hey, 5 years from now, I'm not sure my cash will be more valuable, but I know that within the next couple of years, I need to spend cash. And I also know that things may go down, in which case cash might be more valuable. But anyways, you have things you want and what percent are each, and it's all about risk management. And a great saying that I love is what do you call it? Concentrate. You make big bets to get rich, and you diversify to stay rich, okay? So for me, if I'm going to get rich, I already am. If I'm going to get richer, it's going to be with my crypto moves. And then if I'm going to stay rich, it's because I take some of it and diversify into things. So yeah, owning a house. But when it comes to stocks, am I trying to get rich in stocks? No, I don't have a knowledge advantage. And I made a lot with Tesla. Hallelujah. But even that, I took a lot of money off the table on that. And I'm in an IRA, so that was easier because I didn't have the tax problem. But anyways, the point is, for example, I am looking to protect my wealth and diversify. So I'll own a Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway owns a bunch of shit that I would never buy. He's got the oil. He's got the old banks. He hates Bitcoin, but he's a smart guy, and maybe he'll have his day where I start looking stupid and he looks smart, and I can diversify. And so owning things. So the point is, you have these big, and also, I got a fair amount of Warren, but it's a lot of my other stocks. There's some, like a gold mining or some of these things where, first of all, what the fuck do I know? What do I know about gold mining? What do I know about, Indian ETF that I own, India, whatever. There's various stocks that, okay, I like India in the long run. But I put a little bit there. This is the diversifying. I'm not going to get rich. Even if India, how much can India as a country grow? It can grow. It can grow. I can make money, or I can protect my money. Hopefully it doesn't fall that much. And I just put a little bit in, so I'm diversifying to protect my gains. And cash. And then the big bet, and again, remember in crypto, your bet doesn't have to be that huge. If Ethereum is 5% of your wealth, this thing could double, and then it's 10% of all your savings is in ETH. And then it doubles again, and now it's 20% of all your wealth is in this super volatile, crazy asset. That is a lot. For decades, portfolio growing by like 10% a year was considered amazing. Now it's like, if you don't make 10% in a day, people are like, oh shit, I'm underperforming. Right? What was I going to say? Oh, and I remember when I started on the internet, the web and the new companies, like Google and all these internet or computer companies would grow 30% a year. It was like 30% a year, 40% a year growth was considered like, wow. Because everybody before that, this is how old I am, before the 90s, it was like, companies would grow 10 or 15% a year, sometimes 20. And then it was like 30 and 40% a year growth. Now it's like 30% a month. This stuff is, and maybe it keeps going. I don't know. But just, if you've made 10x gains in something, this is historically fucking crazy. Understand how lucky you are and how outlandish it is, and something in the universe is gonna come back to balance that, okay? Either everything else is gonna go up 10x too because there's some inflation, who knows, or your 10x is gonna crash. Something's gonna happen. It's or maybe not. I'm not saying sell it all either, okay? Okay, now we've gotten to the point of this video where I'm rambling. But anyways, maybe this video, hopefully you enjoy. But maybe I want to save this because people message me all the time, and I literally am like, oh my God. And I'm sitting there typing to one person at a time the same shit over and over again. And I think this advice I can just send you this video. And I think that's it. Yeah, and so this advice applies to everybody. You know, there's another world out there that I'm realizing, you know, most of you, it's not for you. Here's the deal that, and you probably know who you are. If you're, you know, Ethereum gas fees are so high. If you're not doing $10,000, $20,000 trades, like just to dip your toe, it's like $20,000. Otherwise, gas fees, it's pretty crazy. And you're not in the centralized exchanges. You're on the blockchain. You got a wallet. You have a hardware wallet. You study this shit. You've been in it for 3 years. You know, you're super organized. You're locking money up in smart contracts and not losing it, not losing your keys. And you keep track of all this stuff. And you have it all set up too, so that if you died, there would be a way to recover the money. And you're all doing all that. There's some crazy fucking alpha out there that you can outperform ETH. But I'm telling you right now, that, you know, read, watch podcasts, you will have your day. But right now, most of you, you're nowhere near that. Just hodl that ETH. Imagine if, because keep in mind, these two, you know, ETH has only been around since 2014. You know, Google did an IPO until, I think it was around for 7 or 8 years before it had its IPO. So imagine you invested in Google 4 years before the IPO and you held it the whole time. How rich would you be? That's what you got with ETH. So stop looking around for the next Google. You know, imagine now it's in the 90s and you're looking for the next Google. It's like, yo, Google is the next Google in the 90s. And did something go up more than Google did if you had bought it that early? Maybe. But that wasn't that hard of a call back then, right? It was the absolute biggest search engine. Tons of users. Growing super fast. One of the biggest companies. I mean, it was just like, you know, and granted, I was pretty early in Google, and then I got out of it like an idiot. So, whatever. You know, be happy with, you know, 1,000% in 2 years. Ain't that bad if you're in an investment that does that, okay? And, yeah. All right. Thank you. Let me know your thoughts.